Negative, K. Nothing further. Just seen a cabbie in the corner.
Patience was never a pal of mine, but as long as I had a few other companions to keep me company, I could cool my heels. But the whiskey was running out, and my last cigarette left only a dirty ashtray to say goodbye. Usually by 2 a.m., I'd be cursing the humidity after waiting for hours to snap a photo of a cheating husband coming out of his girlfriend's bungalow. But tonight, I'm waiting for an invitation to a murder, and I was the main attraction. In my line of work, if you didn't wind up dead from a bullet, you wound up wishing you had. I guess in a little while, I'd find out. It was only 2 days ago that they paid me a visit. I was closing out a case that was already causing a beef with the cops. Not that we were chums to begin with. When you don't play by their rules, they try to make you a patsy for their mistakes. But I don't play the patsy for anyone. I spent the night tracking down a snitch who flapped his lips without giving up much. He'd say anything to get his paws on some dough. Nothing a knuckle sandwich couldn't fix. I was ready to take a powder after I finished the paperwork, but a knock on my door was about to send me down a rabbit hole that would make me wish I hung up my gun and opened up a gas station. It's open. Detective, I need your help. Well, that's one of my specialties. Would have painted it on the door, but there wasn't enough room. Have a seat. Now, what can I do for you? Landry Morgan. I have a rather delicate situation. I'm not used to asking for help, but I can't handle this on my own. Go on. Can I be blunt with you? I'm allergic to sharp objects. I'm married, and I'm afraid I've gotten involved with the wrong sort of person. And what sort is that? The kind that believes in blackmail over love. So this person is threatening to destroy your marriage, and you don't want that? Yes. Morgan, you don't strike me as someone who cares a lot about a marriage contract. You cheat on your spouse, and you don't wear a ring. They have my ring. It's enough to raise some doubt in my fidelity. So pay up. I can't do that. I don't have that kind of money. But your spouse does. Otherwise, why ask you for it? I can't get the money without arousing suspicion. So you want me to get the ring back? And the photos. Of course, there's always photos. Write down the name and address of this bum. I'll see what I can find.
Thank you, Detective. You're very kind. Morgan, I haven't been kind since the Yankees lost the World Series in '42. I'll let you know what I dig up.
It was another dirty job, but those were the kind that paid the bills. Lately, the number of clients were as thin as the roast beef slices at Lynn's Deli, so this looked like pennies from heaven. Maybe I just had a soft spot for a sappy story. After a cup of joe, I hit the pavement. My car was in the shop, but I didn't mind the walk. The city was a different animal on foot. All the sad sacks trying to score in a jiffy, the chuckleheads stupid enough to hang around for the black and whites to show up, or the creeps ready to bust your chops for a nickel. Yeah, this town was going to hell in a handbasket. I loved every minute of it. By the time I made it to the address, no one should have been awake, let alone left the side door open. That's the nature of this business. The first lie is always the tip of the iceberg, and this one melted fast. Now it was just a matter of seeing how far they were willing to take this.
I came as soon as I got your call. You have the ring? Don't forget the photos. Of course not. You have those too? Why don't you have a seat, Morgan? Or should I say Hunter Eastman? I don't know what you're talking about. Save it for the cheap seats. There never were any photos. And you planted the ring in your so-called lover's apartment. How can you say those things? There was never any affair. You just wanted it to look like that. You tipped off your spouse that there was an affair knowing they would investigate. What they found was a dead body. I know because that's what I found. The person you killed to frame your spouse. They get the electric chair and you get all the Eastman dough. I was the icing on the cake. Investigating a blackmailer lent a little more cream to the coffee. So, you're not as dumb as you look. Another one of my specialties. Believe it or not, I was hoping it wouldn't end this way. Well, that's the thing about endings. They always come no matter what the story is. And this story has come to the end. You're not going to use that on me. I hope you don't force me to. Don't worry. I'm going to force you to do something else. Do you know what they call someone that can use their mind to move objects? mind hammer. Put me down right now. No, detective. I think I'll put you down about 70 years from now. You do know what they call someone that can send you through time. Hey! What are you doing in my driveway? Yeah, you. Time cutter.
Sin creeping down my skin. I can feel it spreading when it begins. Oh fool, don't you know the rules? You should steer away before you lose. And boom, you're waiting in my room, and I can see you smiling. I seal my doom. Fear shiver down my skin when I see you moving. I can't breathe.
Oh man, that was our best one yet. What do you want to do next time? I don't know. Ooh, how about a vampire western musical with puppets?